Hey guys, so let's talk a little bit about comparing and ordering integers. Now remember, an integer is a fancy word for a whole number, okay? So it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, all whole numbers are integers. Now when we're comparing these integers, these numbers, there are three different symbols that we can use. Greater than, which looks like this, less than, looks like this, and then we know equal to. Looks like this, all right? So there's three different symbols that we can use: greater than, less than, and equal to. Now, before we get to comparing these numbers, I want to talk a little bit about a number line. We know that on a number line, we have the right side of 0, and then we have the left side of 0. The right side of 0 are always going to be our positive numbers, okay? And then our left side of 0 are going to be where our negative numbers are. Now, if you're comparing numbers on a number line, whatever is on the right, just like how we have positive numbers on the right, these numbers are going to be bigger. Whatever is on the left, just like how we have negative numbers on the left of 0, these numbers are going to be smaller. Alrighty? Okay, let's keep on going. So I've got three tricks for you. One, the alligator eats the larger number. So our symbol looks a little bit like an alligator opening its mouth, and it's always going to eat the bigger number. It doesn't matter if the number is on the left or on the right. So if the big number is on the left, our alligator mouth is still going to eat that big number like this. Okay? If our big number is on the right, same thing. Our alligator mouth is going to eat the bigger number. Okay? So it doesn't matter if it's on the left or on the right. Our alligator mouth is always going to be eating the larger number. Okay? Not pointing to the larger number, eating it. My tip number 2 is to use a number line. Now, if you can draw a number line well and accurately, then it is never going to lie. It will always tell you which number is bigger. So if you're comparing two numbers here, doesn't matter if it's both positive, both negative, a positive and a negative. If we're comparing a number that's over here, and then we're comparing another number that is over here, okay, whatever is on the right, whichever number is on the right is going to be bigger. Okay, so tip number 2 is to use a number line. Tip number 3, the more negative something is, the more negative it is, the smaller the number. And I like to think about this in terms of money. So you can have some amount of money right here, right? You could owe somebody some money, and then you could owe somebody a lot of money. Okay, so the more money that you owe somebody, really the less money that you yourself have. So the more negative something is, the smaller the number is going to be, the worse it is going to be for you. Okay, so these are my 3 tricks. Alligator eats the bigger number, to use a number line, and then the more negative something is, the smaller that number is going to be. Okay, so let's practice now. We have 2 positive numbers for this example. I know that 8 is greater than 3, so my symbol is going to eat my 8 because it's bigger. The 8 is greater than 3. Now, I want to show you this on a number line so you know how to use a number line. Okay, so 8 is right here. 3 is right here. And just like how the right side of 0 is positive and the left side is negative, my right side is going to be bigger, whichever number is on the right here. And then I see that my bigger number between these 2 points on the number line is going to be this one, which is 8. So I know that 8 is greater than 3. Now, what if we have an example with 2 negatives? What if I'm comparing 2 negative numbers? Same thing. A lot of you guys are going to want to say that 9 is greater than the 2, right? But we don't have a 9 and a 2. We're comparing a negative 9 and a negative 2. Okay, so say you don't really know. Use a number line. I drew out a number line for us. Here's where negative 2 is. Here's where negative 9 is. Okay, if you're comparing numbers on a number line, whichever one is on the right is going to be the bigger number. So for this example, this point right there is on the right side. Oops. It's on the right side, so it's going to be bigger. So negative 2 is bigger than negative 9. So my alligator mouth symbol, our symbol, is going to eat the negative 2, right? And then tip number 3, we can think about this again. The more negative something is, the smaller the number. Negative 9 is more negative than negative 2, so it's going to be smaller. Okay, there's two more ways that we can compare these integers. I might ask you out of a list, out of these 4 integers, to order them. Okay, so we're comparing and we're ordering. To order these 4 numbers in ascending order. Okay, in class, I say think about it as you are ascending up a mountain, you are going up a mountain. So you're going to start really low, you're going to start with your smallest numbers and then make your way up to the biggest numbers. Okay, so out of these numbers, let's say that we have 2 negatives, 2 positive. If I'm starting at my least, or my smallest numbers, right, and I'm making my way to my greatest numbers, then we're going to start with our negatives. Okay, so both of our negatives, -10 and -8. Which one is more smaller? The more negative a number is, the smaller it's going to be. Okay, so we're going to start with -10. Okay, we're done with this one. And then we know our -8 is going to be smaller than both of our positive numbers. And then 4 and 12. So this is an ascending order from least to greatest. Another way to order is in descending order. So descending, think of it as you're descending down a mountain. Same thing, you're going down a mountain. You can think descending has that D, you're going down. Okay, so now I want the largest numbers first, and then your smallest numbers last, okay? So if we're starting with our biggest numbers, we're going to be starting with our positive numbers. We have 5 and 16. 16 is bigger than 5, so I'm going to start with 16. And then I know 5 comes next, and now I'm dealing with my negative numbers. So if I'm starting from my biggest and then going down to my smallest number, right? Which one out of these two numbers, these two negative numbers, is bigger? The more negative something is, the smaller it's going to be. -5 is more negative, so it's going to be smaller than that -3. So this -3 is going to come next, and then -5. Okay, now if you wanted to do this on a number line, one way for you to do it is draw out your number line, plot these 4 points, and then depending on if it's ascending or descending, you can just list your integers. Okay, I hope this helps.